in armor until the Scourge came. Now that the undead have left, the weapons are free for the taking. Most of them are probably rusted and rotten by now. But they will serve better than tunics and pitchforks. Theoretically. Guess we'll just have to go and see. Also remember this had some relevancy to the Paladin quest in Legion. Something in here. What? I don't remember. It's been way too long. Like I said, it's been over a year. My mind's kind of blanking on it. No, nothing here to read. Just curious. After you remember the Scourge, I found Scourge erotica, so I was curious. I'm not kidding. Go check my early Gannett videos. It's probably the first or second one. Third worst, if worst comes to worst. Probably not. I felt I went slow, but I don't think I went that slow. Scattered all over the bottom level of the crypt, you find shattered crates that once held weapons and armor. Appears that someone got here before you did. As you turn around, you see the silhouettes of shambling skeletons on the stairs. The undead aren't gone from this crypt. Grow lying in wait. Furthermore, they appear to be armed with weapons you came looking for. You have to escape from the crypt. On your way out, you should gather as many pieces of equipment as you can. Skeletal flare. Time-worn breastplate. A long-forgotten piece of body armor. A dull nicked sword from battles fought generations ago. I don't know, it seems like a weird place to store your weaponry at the bottom of a crypt, but I suppose people probably wouldn't look there too much, would they? I don't know if they've honored the dead or whatever. Crypt pillaging might be distasteful to them. Okay, just need one more breastplate. And I did just get rep with the Ardent Crusade for killing these. Which is nice. It's actually really nice to see that. You know, in later on expansions, you don't stop getting rep with people for killing off, you know, random bits of random creatures. It's all, you know, doing your world quests and such bollocks. You know, should we, no, tell the priest that undead are back? Apparently we can't. Actually, I can't even talk to him. Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh, there's a new line. Withdrawn soul. Who are you? What have you done to me? You trying to have a ghostly wet t-shirt contest? I think you used to be able to open those doors. Or maybe you could only do that in Terraceville. They had those in there as well. They don't really go back that far. It's just like opens a little. Enough for you to stand inside and that's it. Pretty much. Okay. Chillwind Point. Alright. Yeah, and just down here is Hillsbrad. This Hillsbrad used to be like here-ish. And up here used to be Arathi Highlands. No, not Arathi Highlands. Alterac Highlands or whatever. Alterac something. Alterac Valley's the Alterac Mountains maybe. Alterac Valley's the PvP zone. This it's somewhere here, but well, that's where it's somewhat meant to be somewhere here within the lore. But in game, it's not there at all. It's its own separate instance. It has no physical map presence. Which is actually kind of weird when you think about it. But in Cata, they all just got joined into one thing. It's now also a horde zone. It used to be contested, and there's huge, you know, Tarn Mill, Stout Shore battles. Sometimes they do have a throwback to it in the PvP stuff now. Like there'll be a PvP event. I think they've done it twice, or maybe just once back in WoD. I'm not sure. I did get the Tarn Hill Terror for palanai, but anyway. You can see those videos in my WOD playthrough if you want to. But yeah, now it's just a hoardy place.
Well met.
I'm running out of inventory, annoyingly. 14 slots ain't too bad. What happened at Uther's tomb, Kulgoroth? Attacked by ghosts. Strange. I suppose... Well, it wasn't ghosts, it was skeletons. Fuck it. I suppose that crypt wasn't fully healed after all. You just missed Tormund Grant. You remember that oath of a farmer that was here earlier? Took his men with him and travelled to the nearest farm against my orders. Sweet. Yeah, let's replace Elo's band. Valor Fist Band. Farmers travel to the riding haunt, an old farm to the northeast across the river. Someone needs to keep an eye on them. Bring those rusty weapons and armor you found. We can't have them fighting with pitchforks. To be honest, I'm not sure how well the rusty gear will be. These men and women here at Chulwind Camp have noble goals, but their ultimate purpose is war. I'd like to offer you an opportunity to pursue more peaceful goals. At Mender Stead, beyond the war-torn Anderholt to the north, the Arch-Crusaders joined forces with the Cenarian Circle. Together we worked on healing this land from the plague that used to reign here. Are you interested in joining our cause, Rogue?
Be careful.
Hopefully most of them passed on peacefully. Thank you, Kulgoroth. Okay, no other quests here. We'll head to Mender Stead eventually. I'm going to head this way and swing over to the riding haunt. What a name! Like seriously, what a friendly name. I think there's a plague cauldron there. Yeah, I think there used to be a plague cauldron at each of these farms. Not really fancying these farmers' chances unless the Crusade has already taken them down. Or the Circle. Either or. Also, I remember people calling... I remember you saw it in Gannon's playthrough. Tyrion Fordring. They called him a Mary Sue. Certainly, I think I can see where they're coming from, but... I don't know, I've never thought of him in that light. So, yeah. Oh, the Scourge is done and dealt with. Didn't think the phasing would be that cooperative. But yeah, never thought of him like that, basically. So, I'm not really sure, do I agree or not? Also, as a side point, to the right buddy next to Forsaken. Yeah, you really didn't think this through, did you, Chief? Ooh, and there's a straight up friendly abomination. He's marked for a quest, a horde one, presumably. Gory, not very good at planting, but Gory very good at reaping. A friendly abomination, huh? Tormund Grant. He's pretty tall. Is he taller than the other farmers? Huh. Did Valorfist send you? He doesn't know when to let up, does he? The supplies are gathered in the Sorrow Hill crypt. Well, now that you're here, we'll gladly take that armor off your hands. You can keep the weapons, though. These men wouldn't know which end to hold. I told Commander Valorfist we could hold our own, and we intend to. I had a little conversation with the Dead Knight General Tessarian on my way over here. We farmers plan to help in our own way. We will take control of this land and begin to we'll take control of this farm and begin to cultivate the land. Then when the battle for Anderhall commences, we'll attack the Forsaken from the rear. They'll never expect it. First we need to get rid of these Forsaken Outriders. Kill some, then return to me. Really? That's suicide. It's a gutsy idea, but... you know, guts only goes so far.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, you know, flanking is a pretty good move. You know, it's just a, small group of farmers. Unless there's meant to be more here than we're seeing. Like, I remember seeing on my wiki, apparently like, there's a few 100,000 within Stormwind. 200,000 humans alone. Never mind all the other, races within it. Like there's like 20,000 high elves. If you go around Stormwind, you might be lucky to see one of them.
How are you?
So maybe those figures aren't quite canon, or we're just not seeing. Well, you're only seeing a small selection of populace, which is what I'm figuring is the case. So maybe it's the same here. Just the only issue with that kind of thing is, well, it's easier to show like here's so many farmers. I end up thinking, or here, at least in this case, that's all the amount of people that are here. But in reality, like if the same thing's been, what they're doing with Stormwind is actually happening here. Like they only show a small selection of the people. Then maybe there's actually 200 farmers and not 20. And it's it's not as bad of an idea. It's still probably a bad idea, but they're more than just 20 guys with pitchforks. So yeah, I think I made sense there. Basically, well, it makes sense, and I understand why they do it like that. The one issue with it is, then I end up thinking, is it happening in other situations like here? Is it not really 20 guys, but 200 guys, or so on and so forth? Is this farm actually meant to be bigger than we see? So, like, again, taking the Ultimate Valley thing into account. Just like, I'm obsessive, so it just, imprecision just starts, gnawing at my bones. Ugh. If I were Worgen, my men could stand to learn a few moves from an experienced rogue like you. In fact, you might still be able to train. You might still be able to help train some of my men. Probably noticed the abomination outside. Initially, we tried to fight him, but he didn't fight back. Seems to want to help out on the farm. Take a group of 4 settlers and challenge this abomination to combat. Seems pretty tough, but one of him and I think and 5 of you, I think you'll have a chance of beating him.
Be careful.
Oh, and then we've got the Mushman. Though, to be honest, part of me is thinking, like, why not just keep him? But, there we go. Oh, there, buddy, aggressive. But, keep him. Use him to work on the farm. I see no issue with that. Though he is strangely more purple than most abominations. If you really want to help out, you can help me and my friends with some combat practice. You want to fight? Alright, Gory, fight then. Gory, give up. You farmers fight more good. Yeah, sure. So now we have right between the eyes, and which is a passive. Critical strikes with between the eyes do 4 times normal damage, which is nice, and detect traps. Greatly increased chance to detect traps. And it's just a passive thing. Nice. Don't really have to deal with traps though, to be honest. I've also unlocked Darmall and Stratholme. I will be doing all these dungeons. What's this? Combat training. Commanding local farmers in battle. I will be doing Darmall and Stratholme at a later stage. I'll be doing all dungeons later on when I can just, go at it at my own time. Like I, sit down, read the quests, move on. I'll leave the rushing and panicking about stuff to palanai. My main, I'll do it then. I'll be more relaxed here. Plus, I'm over-leveled enough in most zones as it is. I'll feel bad, being truly over-leveled. I suppose it's kind of balancing out once I got to where Durkar is now, but doing the dungeons would help unbalance it. So, we can handle things from here. I thank you for your help, Kulgoroth. I assume that when we next meet, we'll be in battle. Take care of yourself until then. We need all the help we can get. Gory gloves.
For the Alliance.
When the Grant originally gave that quest, I figured he wanted, us to actually kill off Gory when he was saying it, but thankfully not. Seems a little wasteful. Sure. So I heard a null. Probably just hearing things. Plague Worker? Well, that sounds fucking friendly. Here's a tent. It's an Argent Crusade one. You see plenty of these up in Ice Crown. There is a tournament up there. There's plenty of tents. Might do a few videos on that at some stage. Maybe when I get a character to Ice Crown, I'll do some quests up there, but that's a question for a later day. Sorry, I keep scrunching on my face and it's actually hurting now. Celinra Grovenwald? What a name. Adrian Towhide. Oh, we saw Towhide down in the Chromie tank. There's 2 Towhides, I think. I think she was the one you could talk to. The other one was Hordy. Welcome, Rogue. As you can see, our camp is a joint expedition between the Argent Crusade members and Cinerran Circle, but we welcome all who wish to help heal the land. No longer does the Scourge hold this area. We, the living, are retaking order on. We've taken great strides already, as you've already seen. The earth flowers, the trees grow tall and green, and the wildlife is beginning to return. The few remnants of undead remain. While the trees and grass prosper, the animals are struggling. Something's preventing them from healing. I intend to find out what. Bring me samples from the plagued wildlife so that I may study them more closely.
May your days be.
Here's Drunt Brightfalcon.
Hi.
Word is in from Underhall Kulgoroth. The battle was resumed. It has become somewhat well known among the Alliance forces that you're a hero of the first Battle of Underhall. The Sarian has requested your presence immediately.
See you soon.
I'll deal with that later. So, junk. Repair. May as well repair here. Won't get that quest just yet. Marge Hefman. Yeah, this place is doing shockingly well. I think yeah, I remember there being a giant plague cauldron here before. Dawson's farm. There was a lady wandering on Stormwind. If you went into the barn here, you could kill a zombie, and you could get a ring off him. Then you could find a woman wandering around in Stormwind. She mutters about having fun getting water from the well. And you could give her a family ring. I think the outhouse was tied in with that quest. Like maybe a zombie was trapped in there, former family member. A new era for the Plaguelands. Oh, poor doggy. Yeah, well, poor. Oh, there's presumably a dog there, and presumably it's now quite dead. Actually, oh, that's not a good sign. Guess someone else died here. So, you.
You wish to speak?
What, Zenkiki? Didn't I see him elsewhere? Like in Ungaro? Hey man, you come to help Zenkiki out. I think I did. Not sure. I am Adrian Towhide, a druid of Cinerran Circle. You can thank us for healing this land, where once there was only death. We accept all who follow the druidic path, regardless of race, faction, or talent. Occasionally that means we enlist a druid who needs more help. Occasionally that means we enlist a druid who needs more help than others. I'd like you to meet Zenkiki. He's pretty new, and he's still learning his craft. Would you mind taking him out with you for a while? You can practice combat on the nearby plagued animals, that roam nearby. Which does sound weird for... Ready to go, man. Which does sound a little weird for a druid to say, but yeah.
You've come to the right spot.
We did. I like her accent. We didn't see him back in the troll village back in.
Any honest merchant's a Gilnean merchant.
Sure. We didn't see Zenkiki back here, did we? Nah, couldn't have.
Paying customers only.
Worgen. I'm glad someone's here to help me out. That does sound. That's always the thing. It always sounds weird to hear say if you're an orc and someone else calls you an orc. If you're a human, someone else calls you a human. It always sounds weird to me. Like here, she's calling you a Worgen. Part of me feels it would make more sense for a non-Worgen to say that, and her to call you something else. Like, her to say, say human,